Welcome back, guys. Now that the roof is all done, we get to start on the process of installing the front and back door and the upper windows.
So in preparation to install those front and back doors, we're going to have to trim out the bottom frame of the doors, and also we have to flash the openings, and while we're at it, we're going to just finish flashing the rest of that east and west wall. Also, we'll be working on finishing up the flashing around the L flashing and installing the windows, upper windows.
The off-grid flasher is back and at it again.
Yeah, window, how you like me now?
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, heart full of blues.
You guys, you have no clue how happy I am that we are working on a project that is not up on the roof. I mean, I know we have to get up there later today, but this is definitely a nice change of pace. And someone else is really happy that we're not up on the roof. And it's this boy right here.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night, starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Have you guys heard about the latest in off-grid fashion? All right, so now we're all ready to get the liquid flashing on?
Yes. So the stuff that looks like caulk that I've been applying to the two seams where the wood meets the steel. The reason why I'm doing this is because it is actually a very tough joint filler, and Henry says anywhere prone to lots of vibration or big gaps to use this and then go over it with the fluid applied flashing. So since this is going to be right here at the front door, there's going to be vibrations of the doors opening and closing. I just want a good seam between the two different materials, the wood to the steel. So that's the reason why I'm using this. I'm going to go back through, smooth it out, and then once it dries, go over it with Henry's liquid flashing.
All right, guys, so just a little update. It has been raining for the past 4 days now. And I know the roof is on, but there are still a handful of things that we have to get done before we can actually start on the inside. For example, we have to get the front and back doors all sealed up and closed, which is obviously impossible if it's raining. You know, we can't apply that liquid flashing and do that whole process. So we went ahead and took the time to actually clean up our workspace, because inside the house, it was a disaster. It looks much better now. So So it's finally sunny today, so we are all ready to continue working on the front and back doorways. Spencer's actually going to go ahead and start sanding all the area down today that's next to the front and back door because they have been exposed for a while now, so we need to get them all nice and smoothed out so we are all ready to apply our flashing. Okay, so while Spencer is working on getting the flashing done, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take Bear on a WALK. I can't say the word yet because he'll freak out. And the reason why is because, well, first of all, we've been cooped up inside now, like I said, for the past 4 days. But also, we don't want him jumping up onto the flashing because that would be good. Bear, you wanna go on a walk? Let's go. You are covered in mud. You're like a little piggy. Do you want to go in the creek? Bear, like really? Out of all the spots on the farm to lay, you had to lay on this. It used up Henry's tube. It's like you got gum in your hair. You can't just play dead. I know you're not really dead. He's like, maybe if I just stay still, he'll leave me alone. It's in there forever. Look at him, he just loves it. It's like the more things that can get attached to my body, the better.
So we got our new doors for the front and back of the center section. We wanted to go with a primarily glass door because we want as much natural light to come through as possible. Another thing about these is, since they are primarily glass, we had the option of going with a low E option or a non-low E. Of course we went low E because we wanted the house to be as energy efficient as possible, but also we went with the ones with blinds in it for a little extra privacy, you know, when we're walking around naked. Now envision that, me, full frontal.
Oh. All right, this is getting weird. I still cannot believe I literally took him on a walk yesterday so he wouldn't get flashing on himself. And he got flashing on himself. This is so exciting. Like, I'm freaking out right now. This is gonna make it feel like a house. If people stop saying that our house is like a chicken coop. What chicken coop has these kinds of doors on it? That would be some fancy chickens. sorry about the lighting, but it is very dark now. And we finally figured it out. It was much more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah. Shimming the door and getting it perfectly plumb and square. Oh my goodness, it is much more difficult and frustrating than I remember. We probably spent a good 3-4 hours trying to get this thing square.
What, you've installed like one door before?
Yeah, French door, which my stepdad kind of helped me do.
I was gonna say you had help, so this was the first one.
Yeah, on my own that I've ever done.
It's like you would finally get one side perfect and then something else would get messed up. And we're just like, why is this happening?
The door frame's like this, like everything looks good, and then you go to close it and like a corner just gets caught up just a little bit to annoy you. So you're like, ah.
But we finally figured it out. So this is 1 out of 3 of our exterior doors. Yeah, so we have 2 more. But hopefully they go a little bit more smoothly now that we've done one. We have a little bit more experience now.
Let it go, all for nothing.
All right, so we were just about to get ready to get started, and I realized that we ran out of shims. Well, we have a couple left. So instead of going to the store, I'm just gonna make some.
With our giant pile of scrap wood. See, look, now that's a great advertisement for scrap wood.
No time to love. I need to find another way to make things right. I will be coming back again a second time.
All right, the second door isn't even in yet and I'm starting to cry. It looks so good. It felt like we would never get to this moment, so it's a big one.